Today's video, I'm going to show you guys how you can roll with a hook and come back with a double jab right hand. A lot of people roll with the hook and they come back with the hook. Great thing to do. Nothing wrong with it. Just show you something else you can do off of rolling with the left hook. If you're a southpaw and you're fighting another southpaw, how to roll with the right hook and come back with a double jab hand. And I got timestamps in the video for your guys' convenience. I got Danny and Siobhan here to demonstrate. I'm going to use Danny first, a right-hander fighting a right-hander. And what we're going to do is I'm going to throw a left hook at Danny, and Danny's going to roll with that left hook. He's taking a little bit of power off. Now, this goes back to the Philly shell defense, the fundamentals of rolling with a punch. When he rolls with that punch, what he doesn't do is he doesn't open himself completely. He doesn't open up, okay? So then, because if you open up when you roll with a punch, a guy can throw the right hand. He could just tap the hook and throw the right hand, okay? So what he's doing there is just like go to the Philly shell, okay? So if he's got his hand in here with the Philly shell and he rolls with the right hand, okay? And I will be coming out with a Philly shell video, and I will be coming out with a Philly shell instructional down the line here, and I will break that down. But what I'm saying is if I could throw a right hand and then I throw a hook and he rolls it and he keeps himself open like that, he brings himself open like that, I could come back with the right hand. I could set him up by just throwing the right hand, just tapping with the hook and throwing the right hand, okay? So what he does when he rolls with a hook, he just turns just a hair, but he goes down when he's turning like that, okay? Now, that's the first thing. The second thing that he does, like if you're in a Philly shell defense, just to go over this, is if you're rolling with the shoulder right there, and you take you put that arm in that position on the Philly shell, okay? And turn this way, Danny, just a little bit, okay? So if he goes and he's in this defense right here, he's got this hand. That's why I teach position where your hands are door open, door closes with this lead hand. Even when you're using a Philly shell, you don't always want to just stay in the Philly shell and give a guy a target and make him be able to adjust the range and everything else. So you could have your hand a little lower. Sometimes you can mix it up in here, but it doesn't matter. You can sometimes hold it there. It doesn't mean you always hold it there is my point. So you don't give a guy a constant look at what you're doing, okay? A constant look so he can gauge range in a constant position. So, but let's say I throw the right hand and he shoulder rolls. When I throw this hook, he just turns a little bit and he goes down, okay? When he goes down, at the same time he's rolling with that hook. So go back to the right hand. So you're rolling with the right hand. When he goes with the hook, he's going to bring this hand back up a little bit, okay? So why? Two reasons. Because number one, he's bringing his hand up. Now it's in better position to throw the hook. It's in better position to throw the hook. And if he would so happen to move a little bit too much, or if I tapped him and tried to throw the right hand, he's got the right hand to block. So in other words, he rolls with the right hand with the shoulder roll. When he goes here, the hand comes back up. If I threw a right hand, then he could roll and take something off the right hand too. So he shoulder rolls here, he goes here, and then he goes there. See that? So you learn how to combine defenses. Julio Cesar Chavez used to use a version of the shoulder roll defense, but then he would use his hands too. Okay, so making those adjustments, you know, it's about making those adjustments. I always say that most all-time greats have some version of the shoulder roll Philly shell defense, whatever you want to call it, but it doesn't mean they're always just sitting in that Philly shell position. Okay, so you could roll with the shoulder. Now there are some guys that sit there a lot for the most part, but even like Floyd Mayweather, he's predominantly uses that Philly shell, but he mixes it up, brings his hands up, gives you looks, gives you different things to look at, so you're not always just set on him being in that Philly shell position. He'll put his hands here to set and even bait you and then go into the shoulder roll defense. Okay, so he's baiting you and then go into the shoulder roll defense. But going back to what I was talking about, your shoulder rolling here. When you go to roll with the hook, you bring the hand a little bit up. Now you're closer to land the left hook than if you were to here, when you shoulder roll here, and then you roll here and keep the hand here. If to throw the hook, you have to bring it around, up and over, okay? So you have a further distance to throw that left hook, okay? So, but what we're covering today here is Like I said, I went off on a little tangent, but it's all good information if you guys rewind and watch what I'm talking about there. Okay, so in other words, he's going to roll with this hook. He's just going to, that's right, he's going to go down. He's not going to stay up high and open and keep his shoulder and open up like that, okay? He's going to go down there like that. Now from that position, instead of him coming back with a left hook, he's going to come back with 2 jabs and a right hand, okay? So he's rolling with the hook, 2 jabs, right hand. Rolls with the hook, 2 jabs, right hand. Good. Rolls with the hook, 2 jabs, right hand. Rolls with the hook, 2 jabs, right hand. Good. Rolls with the hook, 2 jabs. There you go. Roll with the hook, 2 jabs. There you go. Beautiful. Okay? 2 jabs. That's it. So you saw Danny did that. He went here. If I was to throw a right hand, he could roll with it or he could block it. Right, I could roll here, right hand. That's it. Roll, shoulder roll. That's it. So he's using both defenses here, here, or here, here. See? Beautiful. Okay? So he's rolling with the hook. He's going, he goes, that's this. His body goes down, and then he just puts a little bit, he turns his waist just a hair counterclockwise. Okay? So he's in this position right here, and he's going to go down and counterclockwise. Now he's there to throw the hook or the double jab. He's going here, he can throw the hook. He go here, he can throw the double jab, right hand. Okay? So if you're a southpaw, it's just vice versa. I got Siobhan here to demonstrate that. If I'm holding the pads as a southpaw and he's rolling with that, you see what he's doing, and he's turning his hip just up, that's it. And see how his hand is still there to block? Okay? So he's there. What he's not doing is he's not standing straight up and opening up like this, see, and setting himself up. He's keeping his shoulder still higher. Okay, so he's blocking here, and then he's able to block there. There you go. So he can come here and come with the hook. The hook is right there. Or he can come here and throw 2 jabs and a left hand. That's it. So he's going here, 2 jabs and a left hand. Good. Here, 2 jabs. That's it. That's it. Good. Back up a little bit. There we go. Rolls. That's it. So what he does is he's going down and he's just turning his hips there. Okay. What he's not doing is he's not rolling and staying straight up and just going across like this. Show him the wrong way. Just, see that? He's not doing that. Yeah, he's not doing that. Even if he's got that hand there, he doesn't want to do it like that. He wants to go down, and then he's right there to throw that jab or throw that hook. He's down, and the hook could be right there, or the jab could be right there. See that? So he's there, and then jab, jab, left hand. Jab, jab, left hand. Jab, jab, left hand. Good. Jab, jab, left hand. Good. Step back. Good. So that's just another way to roll with the hook. And, you know, you guys are watching me, some of the terms, everybody has their own terms. I always call rolling with punches rolling, 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 okay? Some people call this a roll. I always call that weaving. Like Joe Frazier, bobbing and weaving. I always call these weaves and these rolls, okay? Now, some people call it a roll. If you want to call it that, I try to, because they're 2 different movements. So a lot of people don't even use weave. They call this a roll, and they call this a roll. So if I'm calling for a roll, he knows that, you know, like some people say this is a roll, and then they call this a roll. I try to differentiate it, that it's there's a difference. So when I'm working with him, he knows if I say weave something, he's going to weave. If I say roll something, he's going to roll. Okay, so that's just something, if you're watching me, I always call, like I said, I always call this a weave, and I always call this a roll. Some people will call this a roll. You know, they might say slip, roll, okay? So there's something for you guys to take into the gym to work on with rolling with a left hook if you're orthodox, rolling with the right hook if you're a southpaw, and coming back with a combination. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to comment below. Don't forget to drop your guys' questions because I'm going to be doing a Q&A. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Tommy Yankello Boxing. And stay tuned on Instagram and on this channel. Make sure you guys subscribe because I'm going to be giving you guys an inside look to my training camp with Roy Jones as I prepare him to fight Mike Tyson November 28th. And it's just going to be a great showdown, so you guys don't want to miss it. I try to make there be a, I try to differentiate, what's the word? I try to differentiate, no. What is the word?
Differentiate. That is awkward as fuck to say.
Okay. I try to differentiate it, correct?
Keep that shit in there.